Hello, my creative peeps, and oh my god, the drawer is open. That looks horrible. Okay, that's better. Hello, my creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been forever since I talked to you in person. So hello, welcome to July. I'm so happy it's finally warm outside. We have had a crazy wet summer so far. It's been cold and rainy more days in the week than not, but this week for Independence Day, the 4th of July, is supposed to be sunny, so I'm super excited. But anyway, this is the start of One Book July. Today is July 4th. Today is July 1st. And you guys, if you've been following me for a while, know I adore the One Book July challenge. So usually I love the One Book July challenge because it gives me a chance to start something totally brand new and switch things up. But instead this year I'm using it to focus more and dive deeper into the bullet journal. You guys may have heard of you've probably heard of the bullet journal, but don't click off this thing. I just want to say, while bullet journaling has become popular through things like Boho Berry, which I love, don't get me wrong, I love Boho Berry and her beautiful spreads. There are tons and tons of people who do gorgeous Bujo spreads, but the bullet journal method actually has very little to do with what you probably think of as the bullet journal, because of the community and the way that they have turned it into a creative process. Now, Ryder Carroll is the inventor of the bullet journal method, if you did not know that, and I had stumbled upon the bullet journal method before all the pretty stuff came around and had tried the original version way back when I first started college, like 7 years ago. That is crazy to say. But anyway, and it didn't really work for me. And then I tried bullet journaling off and on, kind of the pretty style, with the trackers and the layouts and blah, 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 blah. And it worked a little bit, but then Ryder Carroll came out with this book. Why are we talking about this? Because this is the challenge this month for One Book July. I'm sorry, in case you didn't know. If you have no idea what One Book July is and you're just listening to me babble on and you're like, Leanne, what the hell are you talking about? I will leave everything you need to know linked in the description box below. So you can check out the founders of this challenge and this is the 6th year they're doing it. But anyway, this book changed everything that people thought bullet journaling was and brought it back to Ryder Carroll and what his original intention with the system was and how he actually uses it. Because his bullet journal is not pretty and he doesn't have like trackers for what time he went to bed and blah, blah. I mean, maybe he does, but he definitely hasn't shown that. So I have read this book twice. I like the Audible version. The audiobook is read by Ryder Carroll himself, so it's kind of like him talking to you about his system, which is really cool. I only got halfway through the printed copy, but I'm hoping to read it a third time and actually write some notes on this because I feel like I don't miss a lot, but like I forget. But anyway, the whole purpose of this book is explaining why the method and how it's actually not a planner, it's a journal, and how he uses it to make his life better, basically, and be more intentional with how he spends his time. So, I've taken the theme of being more intentional and looking at, me in the actual big picture, and that translates into my setup. So, for this month. So hopefully you're not confused yet, and if you haven't clicked off, then now you get to see inside my journal. Basically, I started using a Hobonichi in May. I was using a regular planner with a bullet journal since December, which I may show a before and then now. When I first read this was when I started the other bullet journal. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to show you my journal. Okay, So this is my journal. It's housed in a ring-bound planner from Recollections in this gorgeous, like, mermaid vibes thing. I took the rings out of it, and so I can use it like a folio, basically. That's why this gross tape is here, peeling off. So this is the front of my Hobonichi Cousin, the spring edition. Like I said, I got this in May. And I was using it as a planner, and now I'm going to use it as a bullet journal. So let me show you what I got going on. So for July, I have my monthly calendar. I always use a monthly calendar to keep track of my work schedule. I keep track of who's paid me. So these are cleaning clients that I have. So when they've paid me, I just highlight their name. So quickly, if they say, how much do I owe you still? I can look back and say, okay, you owe me for this many days. I also use it to keep track of when I'm posting things on Patreon as well as YouTube. Because I'm taking a little break this summer, YouTube is posted whenever I get to it, so it's not on the calendar. And then I also have different, dates in here and stuff. One thing that I was missing that I'm getting back to is goals. I don't know. I got away from goals for a while. Things got a little weird. So anyway, I'm back to putting goals. So I have some work goals and some summer goals. I have trackers, and I'm focusing more on tracking things that I want to do. Like in the summer, I love reading, so I'm tracking when I read. I want to track if I'm doing something every day that I enjoy. So I have like an enjoy life tracker. I'm moving my body, so not just working out, but like, did I go for a little walk to check the trail cameras or whatever. So there's that. So that's my monthly spread. Then we go into my weekly spread, and I have always used my weekly spread for things like to-dos. Then among the to-dos, I would kind of highlight specific things in the day that happened that were, I wanted to remember, like having lunch or going outside to read or whatever. So I decided to kind of get away from that because I am, doing the bullet journal system. So this is going to be, obviously my deadlines will still be here, my weekly to-do list, my stats. Those will all stay the same because that's how I always use it. But I'm only going to write down things about the day that I want to remember. So I can look back on my weeks, and it'll be like a nice overview of the important things I want to know that I did, rather than just to-dos that I got done. On this page, the daily pages, I have some summer goals, which I'm not going to show you because I have a photo I can't show you on the other side. And then this is like the start of the daily pages for the Hobonichi. So I'm just putting my monthly task list, which is something that's in the bullet journal book as well. I also have my Happy Mail tracker over here. I want to make sure that I'm taking some days off. So I'm kind of highlighting when I do work of some kind. I really need a reality check when it comes to how much I work and how much I enjoy my life, because I think I don't think I have an accurate view of that. So I really want to track those two things for this month just to see. As well as, am I posting something somewhere online more days than not? Because I feel like I get in the bad habit of just posting things that have a deadline, and then I miss posting things on like Instagram or Patreon stories and stuff like that. So I wanted to track that just to see. These are things I'm waiting on in the mail. And then here I'll put the prompts for next month's Take 5 Art Challenge. I did a little brain dump over here before I started this, and I also was testing out kind of a daily setup. So here's what I got going on so far. I've been trying really, not trying really hard, but trying to get myself back into taking better care of my body, which last year looked a lot like following a semi-structured meal plan and doing workouts all the time, and I'm just not motivated by that right now. So instead I'm just tracking what food groups I'm consuming and how much coffee and alcohol I'm consuming. That's the plan anyway. Then over here I have things that are time sensitive. So these are appointments I have for the day or deadlines I have for the day. And then this is my running to-do list. So we'll see how that goes. I also just watched a video by Romany's Realm, who's one of the founders, and she was doing something in the bullet journal that I missed was in the book. Again, I'm gonna start reading the book again, but I guess he puts headers at the top of each page as to what it is. So these are daily logs. So we'll see. I'm still tweaking it, but that's where I'm at right now. I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about reading the book. I think I'm just going to listen to the audiobook again and maybe take some notes. Write some things down that I see in the physical book. We'll see. But that's basically it. I'm not going to be using just this book exclusively. I will, of course, if I feel like journaling, this is my personal journal as well as notes. So if I feel like doing that, I'll do that. I have some of those in here. Like I took notes here on my reading for July. So there's that. I'm about to do the one for the eclipse that's on the 2nd. But so we'll see. If I run out of pages in the month, I'm just going to continue in the back here. I know I'm not going to use pages for next year in the Hobonichi, so I'm using January through March as like note extra pages. So there's that. I'm using my TWSBI pen for journaling. This has some aqua ink in it. I'm using my Twee markers by Arteza to put color in. I have a different color for each week. And then I'm using just a ballpoint pen with the stars and stripes on it because that's what I felt like doing. And yeah, there's that. So other than that, of course, I will still be journaling in my creative journal where I put all my photos and stuff. And then I still have my giant Arteza sketchbook. But other than that, that is what I'm using for One Book July. I hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, let me know below. I hope to do updates, but I'm not going to promise you anything because, again, I'm supposed to be taking the month off, but we'll see. I do have another couple videos planned, so hopefully I can get those up for you guys. But, yeah, let me know in the description box below if you're doing One Book July, what you're using, which version you're doing, how you feel about the bullet journal book, XYZ. If you wanted to get the bullet journal book on Audible for free, I will leave a link down below. You can get your first book for free on Audible if you've never signed up before. That's how I started, and I've canceled and reinstated my subscription with Audible several times over the years, so I know that that's totally easy to do. So I'll leave the link below so you can get sign up if you've never done it before and get that book for free. I'll also leave the physical copy of the book linked below, as well as all the other things you need to know. So please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.